Production was an integral part in medieval society and was inseparable from the day-to-day lives of those that lived in that period. It was a time of self-sufficiency, where everyone had a rudimentary understanding of every craft. However, there were those that truly excelled in a specific craft and made it their profession. The fame of these masters would spread far beyond the borders of their nation, and those from foreign lands would come to them looking for their products. Crafting is one of the key aspects in Gloria Victis' gameplay, which are based upon the authentic medieval techniques. Players can create weapons and armors designed after the museum exhibits or replicas of the Middle Ages, using the ingredients and materials known in those times. There are 8 different crafts to learn which are connected to each other: forestry and farming, herbalism and alchemy, tailoring and leatherworking, engineering, mining and metallurgy, armorsmithing, weapon forging, and artificing. However, in the future, a player will be able to master only a few of them, so cooperation with the other crafters will be required to create many of the items. It will also be important to gather and trade resources within different regions, since each region of the world will offer different resources to be gathered. That means the resources will need to be transported by players from one place to another, so trade will be highly important. Let's take a look at a new player's first steps into the crafting system. Since the economy is player-driven, the best items will be found from player crafters, not from a random wolf or boar, which means it's ideal to befriend crafters or become one yourself. In your starting zone, you will find different types of NPC vendors who specialize in different professions. These NPCs sell basic, starting recipes and items from their shop to help you get started into your journey. Using these beginning recipes, you will gain the necessary experience to eventually craft the high-end items, such as plate armor and powerful longbows or war swords. Now let's take a look at crafting a simple clan shield. This shield needs a few materials: steel, leather, and wood planks. With each of these materials, you will need another craft specialist to help aid you in getting all of the necessary items. For example, to craft basic leather straps for one part of the shield, you will need a tailor and leather worker who can tan leather, which requires shaved hide and tannin. Shaved hide requires some sort of fleshed hide, water, and slaked lime. And for the slaked lime, you will need coal and calcareous rock, which requires some mining. For the metal, it needs to be heated in fire of sufficient temperature, which can only be provided by coal. So, for high-level steel, you will need to be either a good armorsmith or find one to craft for you. But there is another role for crafters. They will be able to not only craft weapons and armors, but also to set camps and resource extraction spots, such as farms and mines. They will be responsible for building the whole villages, towns, forts, and castles as well. With the building system, guilds will have the means to properly defend their lands in case of an enemy raid or invasion, keeping the roads safe for caravans transporting the crafting materials. It is important to note that every player will be able to help their nation build or upgrade structures by gathering the required materials. It is also worth mentioning that engineers will be able to construct siege machines, which will greatly change the battlefield during sieges with rams, ballistas, catapults, and trebuchets. Ships will be craftable as well, so there will be alternative trade routes, naval combat, and piracy. Gloria Victis brings a very in-depth crafting system, which results in having in-game community cooperation, co-creation, trade, and communication, because there is nothing more important in an MMORPG than the players themselves and the impact they are able to create. As always, thanks for watching, and see you in battle.